Hi, Lila, and anybody else who needs help with this. So I'm just going to go through some of these questions in maths today. So let's start with this one. There are 600 pupils in Coppingham Primary School. Work out how many pupils travel to school by train, car, cycling, or walking. Okay, and it tells you what each of them are here. So I know that there are 600. First of all, that's me total, 600. And that actually is the entire circle. That's what it represents. So this whole part here, all the way, everything is 600. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it. And I know that this half here, that's exactly half of the circle. So that must mean that half of 600 is going to be walking. So that must mean half of 600 is 300. So 300 walk. Okay, I could do the same for, let's have a look at the quarter now, because this is a quarter. Look, if you split it into four parts, like so, 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. That's exactly 1/4. So I need to work out 1/4 of 600. Okay, so I've done a half for that. I need to do a quarter. So a quarter of 600 is, we know that 600 divided by 4 is the same as finding a quarter of something. So 600 divided by 4, you can work that out. I've already worked it out. It is actually 150. Okay, there you go. Now that's the first two done. All right. You need to do for cycling and walking the same thing, but look at how many parts, what part of the whole are they? If that's a quarter, let me just change to red. If this is a quarter here, then what is this part and this part? Okay, I think actually they're probably going to be this divided by 2. So 2 something equals 1/4. Okay, I'm going to let you work that out, and then you just have to find out what that fraction is of 600. Right, let's move on to the next one. Just a moment. Here. Right, 150 children voted for their favorite ice cream. So again, we know already that this is 150 is the total. So we know that this is 150. Okay, we know that there are 150 children here, okay, in total, right? That's 150. We know that. Voted for their favorite ice cream flavors. Here are the results. Favorite ice cream flavors. And there you go: strawberry, banana, chocolate, vanilla, mint, chocolate, chip. How many people voted for vanilla? Okay, so let's have a look at vanilla. Vanilla is the blue one there. So we need to work out 10% of 150. So each one, I'm going to write down the percentage of total amount. So it's 10% of 150 for vanilla. Is that right? Okay, now, how many more people voted for chocolate than mint choc chips? So first of all, I'm going to work this out. What's 10% of 150? I'll start with this question here. Well, that's the same as saying 1/10 of 150, okay, which is 150 divided by 10, because remember, we always divide by the denominator, okay? So 150 divided by 10, well, I know that that is 15, okay? 150 divided by 10 is 15. So I know how many people voted for vanilla. How many more people voted for chocolate than mint? Chocolate chip. So first of all, I need chocolate. What's chocolate? That's 30%, right? And then I know that what is mint choc chip is, what color is that? Green. So that's 20%. Oh, okay. So 20%. So what's the difference between them? Well, 30% minus 20% must equal, or 30 minus 20, 10%. And I already know what 10% of 150 is, don't I? Because I've worked that out already. So I know the difference must be, well, you can work the rest out. Okay, how many people chose chocolate, banana, vanilla, and chocolate, banana, and vanilla all together? Well, what you're going to have to do here is you're going to have to look at chocolate, banana, and vanilla, and you're going to have to add all of the percentages together and work out how much of 150 that is. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let me just change to pointer. Right, let's have a look. Right, so in a survey, people were asked what their favorite season of the year was. So this is the favorite time of the year, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The results are shown in the pie chart below. Now, it doesn't tell me how many people in total, okay, have voted for this, yeah? So it doesn't tell me the total number, whereas in the previous questions, I've had 150 children, it tells me the total, and in here it was 600, wasn't it? It tells me. But now it doesn't. So we have to work it out because that's what it's asking. It's saying if 47 people voted for spring, and spring is there in green, okay, and I'm just going to use this again. Spring is there in green. Can I just do that? This is spring. There we go. And it's exactly, look, if I split that into 4 parts, I can work out that that's exactly 1/4. Now, if 1/4 of the people, which is 47, because we know that 1/4 is 47 people, voted for spring, how many people took part in the survey? Well, if I know 1/4 is 47, surely I can work out what 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters would be, okay, which is 1 whole. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to tell you the answer to that. You can work that out yourself. Right, question 4 is reasoning and problem solving. Now, I'm only going to do one of these with you because I don't want to do both. The others, if you get to this point, that's fine. You don't need to move beyond this particular question. So let's read it. 96 people took part in this survey, so it is telling us this time, and it's our favourite pets. So it's similar to the favourite seasons, but favourite pets. And you've got dogs, cats, hamsters, and horses. How many people voted for cats? Okay, so cats is which one? It is blue. Is that right? Yeah, I can't really see probably. So there it is. Ooh. So all we're doing is, okay, this part here, I can work out. I know what fraction of the pie that is. I can work it out already. But to help me with this question, I'm going to use which question? This question here when I talked about fractions. I'm going to use that to help me. Because if I can find the fractional amount, okay, then I can work out exactly, because all I'm doing is I'm working out fractions of this total here. And again, I've got, what does it say? 3/8 of the people who voted for dogs were male. How many females voted for dogs? Oh, now this is a bit tricky. Okay, so first of all, we need to find out what dogs are. So dogs is half. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work out exactly what half of 96 is. So I'm going to work out what half of 96 is. And then that tells me how many people have voted for dogs in total. That's men and women, male and female. Then when I get this total, and I'm going to represent it through a green sort of spirally thing here, I'm going to take that total, and what I need to do is I need to find 3/8 of that, okay? And that's, so I need to find 3/8 of whatever this is here, okay? Once I've found 3/8 of that, then that tells me how many people were, let me see, it tells me how many people were male. Okay, it says there, how many people were male. So then I know the male's number. Then what I need to do is find the female number, and that equals the males. Find the female amount. I am going to subtract that amount. I'm going to take that amount from, I'm going to take away. So this, whatever this is here, I'm going to take it away from this because this was all the people who voted for dogs. Yeah. And I'm going to take it away, and that'll tell me that information. And then the next one is what other information can you gather from the pie chart? So that's anything else you can say. So what were the number of hamsters? What was the total number of horses? How many people preferred hamsters over horses? Or I don't know, how many people preferred dogs over hamsters? That's what it's asking, basically anything else. And then it says write some questions about the pie chart. So then you can just write a question or two. Maybe you can use one of the questions that I've given you to help you. Okay, have a go. Hopefully this is useful. See how you